What's up, everyone? It's your boy NSRacing95 AKA Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Daytona 500 qualifying here at Daytona as we set the lineup for the Daytona 500 and to see if who will start on the front row and to see if who will be racing in each duel tomorrow in the Powerade Duels. The first one to go out on track is the number 2 of Mitchell Collins. How this will work is that there's a total of 54 cars. 54 cars. There will be 2 10-minute sessions. Each group will have 27 cars. And the top 5 fastest in each group will advance into group number 3 and fight for the pole for the 2020 Daytona 500. So Mitchell Collins, the first one on track, and now we have a 3-car pack with the 95 of Christian Vargas, Shane Winsoff, and William Block. And then there's Roger Way, the winner of the Powerade Clash last Saturday night, on Saturday night. So he's trying to get a pole here today. There you have Andrew Miller in the 31. And the 40 of Tristan Allen going on track. The 13 of Osman Hamid on track. The 22 of Bradley Ream. The 87 of Charlie Davenport. The 15 of Wyatt Quayle. Christian Russell, Bobby Frazier, Bronson Minute, Quentin Moore, the 66 of Ben Dover, 2 teammates right here, the 25 of Clark McKee and the 65 of Rob Evans, Jake Galloway in the 11, Zachary DeLotto in the 8, the 96 of Ace Garcia, the 38 of Evan Hunter, the 24 of John Andrews, the 46 of Eric Monaco, the 14 of Ben Watson, and that's the F for the 87. Charlie Davenport just blew up already here in qualifying, but his time will stand and he does not have to go to the back. But let's have to wait for his Speedweeks to begin. Right now the fastest car here is the 95 of Christian Vargas. Never mind, Mitchell Collins just jumped up to the top of the board with a 41.942 the first time in the 41 second bracket. Never mind the 13 of Osman Hamid to the top of the board now. Top 5 advance into the 10 car shootout. And then group number 3 in session number 3. Right now the top 5 is Osman Hamid, Mitchell Collins, Shane Winsoff, Ace Garcia, and Clark McKee. And never mind Jake Galloway up to 3rd now in the number 11 for Joe Gibbs Racing. All 27 cars have done the lap, but for Charlie Davenport, he did 1 lap, but that was just his warm-up lap. He technically hasn't done the lap yet. William Block was up there, but he just got denied. and Drake Galloway back up to third, and Mace Garcia back up to fourth. Past halfway in group number 1 of Daytona 500 qualifying. This is a big pack right here, 6-car pack. The same pack that Million Block is in. Amos Muhammad. And the A of Zachary Delano just went up to the top of the, not top, but up to third. And what does this pack do? Nothing. No switch in the top 5. 4 minutes left. Charlie Davenport, he's finally getting onto the racetrack. The 4 minutes left is the 13, the 2, the 8, the 11, and the 96 all in the top 5, and they'll all make it into qualifying session number 3. Tristan Allen just jumped up to 4th in the number 40 for Chip Ganassi Racing. I think this might be one of his first starts or his first ever time. Honestly, this might be his first time on this channel. And he's making a statement, but he gets bumped out to 24. Shane Winslow, John Andrews moved the way into the top 5. Now Ben Dover and Clark McKee make it in. 2 part-time cars. They have a lot on the line because only 4 total part-time cars make it into the 500, and right now 3 of them are in the top 5. If a part-time car gets the pole, then they, well, even the front row, then they'll guarantee a spot in. So it could there'll be 2 spots left going into the duels tomorrow. Top 5 is Amos Muhammad, the 46 of Eric Monaco, the 2 of Mitchell Collins, the 66 of Ben Dover, and the 25 of Clark McKee. 2 minutes left on the clock. Will anyone be able to break inside the top 5? Right now the first guy that the outside looking in is the 47 of Stephen Collins. Well, Stephen Colon, I mean. The 95 of Christian Vargas just jumped up to second. This 95 might be in good shape with possibly winning the pole in session number 3. That was a fast lap. The 12th was in the top 5 for a second, and now Stephen Colon moves up to 4th, and Zachary Delano moves up to 5th. This pack, I was wondering of how good this pack would do, and it's been doing really good. Plus a minute to the top. Quinton Moore to the top. And Clark McKee. 3 guys that we haven't really seen up front all session long. And now they are 1, 2, 3. Minute, Moore, and McKee. And then the other 2 as of now, as there's going to be maybe some extra time. The other two as of now is Hamid and Ben Dover. These guys have gained a little bit more extra time. Things can still swap around. So any more big passing? No, that will do it. That will do it.
To your cars.
So, the 5 drivers that will make it into the session number 3, and to see if we will make it into and to see if we will start on the front row for the Daytona 500 will be Once a Minute, Quentin Moore, Clark McKee, Osman Harmon, and Ben Dover. Those are the 5 that will have a shot at the pole for the Daytona 500 in session number 3. And then for Vargas all the way down, those will be where they will start in duel number 2, well, in duel number 1. So yeah, Minute, Moore, McKee, Hamid, and Dover they all make it into Daytona 500 qualifying session number 3. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get the second half of the field on the racetrack for session number 2. Welcome back here at Daytona International Speedway, and we are set to begin session number 2 for Daytona 500 qualifying. The second half of the field are going to go out on track and to see who makes it into round number 2 and challenge for the pole for Daytona 500. The first car that will go out on track is the number 21 of Francois Chastain. And then it's the 62 of Nottingham Scott. On Sunday, he just recently won the Ultimate Speeds 500, one of the biggest special events I do all year. And he was able to just survive the chaos and get the big dub. Can he get the big dub and start on the pole for the Daytona 500 and not have to worry about the duels tomorrow night? No, Clifton is on track. The 4 of Zach Winkle's on track. Patrick Smith is on track. The 53 of Jacob Thibodeau is on track. The 35 of Ramey and Fisher. The 51 of Mark Davison. 48 Eli Bright. The 41 of Sebastian Kukulon. The 71 of Logan Williams. The 36 of Travis Scrampton. The 93 of Lane Sanders. The 52 of Diego Yepes. 17 of Daniel Boyles. The 3 of Elijah Gordon. 77 of Landon Smith Jr. The 81 of Sayo Diaz. The 27 of Nick Kennedy. The 18 of Angel Amalera. The 6 of Alexander Rowe. Matthew Tall. In the 42, the 54 of Dale Hamill. 9 of Brett Sela. Johnny Gardner. Carl Friesen. The 1 of DJ Reed. I think that's everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone is on the race right now. And those are all other drivers that are in this qualifying session for session number 2. And one thing that you notice, it has gotten cloudy between session 1 and session number 2 of round 1. So far, the fastest car on the track is the number 21. Never mind, that's the 35 of Rainey and Fisher. For Front Row Motorsports, they have 4 cars this year, 3 full-time and 1 part-time. So Front Row Motorsports deepening the lineup a lot. 71 of Logan Williams is in second, Kiplon in third, Nonick and Scott in fourth, and Eli Bright in fifth. And the 9 of Brett Sealer just went up straight to the top of the board. And that number 9 for Hendrick Motorsports. Last year, that same car won the Daytona 500 with Josh South, but then didn't really do anything for the rest of the season. And never mind, the 81, the 41, the 71, and the 27 all jump up right in front of Brett Sealer. And now Brett Sealer is in 5th place on the outside looking in. All 4 cars in this pack jumped up 1 through 4. Multiple different packs. About 5 minutes in, 5 minutes left. The 81 moves up a spot up to 3rd. And so far the top 5 has not changed. But there it is. Daniel Royals to the top of the board in the number 17 Roush Finley Racing. And that bumps out Ramian Fisher in the number 35. But now Sebastian Kuklon up to the top of the board. And this is a gigantic pack now. Most likely, if we're in this pack, you have a good shot at making it into the top 5. Kuklon up to the top, and holy smokes, they are going wicked fast in this pack. But Seal still has that 5th spot, but I don't know how much longer. He still has it. 4 minutes left here at Daytona. That is by far the biggest pack, but not really the most organized pack though on the racetrack. So trying to go 3 wide in this pack instead of going single file. Elijah Pullman moved up to 6th, almost made it into the top 5 right there, but still on the outside looking in. And Travis Crampton in the 36th jumps up to P5, and this is what you need to do: a single file train. He's the only Ford in this 4-car pack, but he doesn't care. He jumped up to 4th, no 5th. It is oh so close around that front line. And Travis Crampton must think that time will be good enough to make it into round number 2, but I don't know if it will. Still 2 minutes left plus some extra time. Oh, the 27 gets turned in the trial. He went around. So that's a tough break for the 77 of Landon Smith Jr. Right now it is still Sebastian Coupon, Logan Williams, Nick Kennedy, Save Diaz, and Travis Smith in the top 5. Now Friesen is on the bubble in 6th, well, close to the bubble. DJ Reed in 7th, Lane Sanders in 8th, Angel Vale in 9th, and Johnny Gunner in 10th. Honestly, that top 5 might just stay where it is right now. There's not really any big packs left. Biggest pack is this 5-card pack. Top 5 stay the same. But we have to keep an eye out right here. 3 Red Quail racing cars trying to work together. This pack right here might get something going here. And they do, not against Scott and Ramey and Fisher. 4th and 5th. 2 part-time cars, and right now 4 of the top 5, 4 out of the top 5 are part-time cars. Foils jumped back up to 6th after that, and same with Brett Sealer in 7th. Now again, Scott might be in a good spot at making, and he, Brett Sealer up to 4th now, but not against Scott, still in 5th. With Ramey and Fisher now outside the bubble. Right now it's the 41, the 71, the 27, the 9, and the 62. This might be the last shot. I don't know if they're going to make it in time. And they will not. So, it will be Sebastian Coupon, Logan Williams, Nick Kennedy, Brett Sealer, and not against Scott. They will all advance into round number 2 and battle it out for the pole. And to make it into, well, to start either first or second in the Daytona 500 and secure their spot on the front row no matter what. But then from Ramey and Fisher all the way down to 27th, that is where they will start on the outside lane. Well, on the outside, on the outside lane in duel number 2. So, 54 cars started out the day, and now we are down to 10. Who will get the front row for the Daytona 500? Let's find out right now here at Daytona. Welcome back here at Daytona, and it is time to see if who will start on the front row and clinch their starting position for the Daytona 500 this Sunday. Well, no, this Saturday. The first one on the racetrack will be the 25 of Clayton McKee for Evans Gardner Motorsports. Second one will be Bronson Minnick in the number 12. The third one will be Brett Sealer in the 9. And that's it so far. Same as the previous two sessions, 10 minutes, and whoever is fastest will start on a pole, and whoever is second fastest will start second. The other 8 drivers, they will have to wait and see where they will start for the duels tomorrow. The 13th Osman Hamid is now out onto the racetrack. Same with Sebastian Kukulon. He was fastest in session number 2 of round number 1. Bronson Minute on his first qualifying lap. And I'm hoping that these guys don't end up getting any draft from anyone. And the 25 of Clark McKee, his first lap is 43.806. And then Kukulon in the 41 on the racetrack. And I believe it will be Bronson Minute to complete his lap next. And he will get a 44.060. And Brett Sela to the top of the board with a 43.757. That Hendrick Motorsports Chevy looking very strong once again here at Daytona. Osman Hamid to 4th, the slowest out of everyone so far. Quentin Moore going out on the racetrack, and Sebastian Kukulon up to 2nd, also close from getting the pole from Brett Sela. And now Nonick, Scott, and Ben Dover have found each other, but they're going side by side, not single file, so that might hurt them actually. Clark McKee up to 2nd now. I'm even faster now. He has the draft, and Nonick and Scott, even though he was side by side with Ben Dover, he goes to the top of the board. Ben Dover is in 3rd, Brett Sela in 2nd. And I think this 12 of Bronson Minute lost a cylinder or something, because he is really slow and only going 180 miles per hour. So something majorly went wrong on this 12 of machine of Bronson Minute. So unfortunately for him, but he's gonna start, well, he's gonna finish in this qualifying session and not have a shot at the pole. The 25, Clark McKee to the top of the board. 27 of Nick Kennedy to 2nd, Ben Dover 3rd, and Nonick and Scott in 4th. Right now, there's a good chance that it could possibly be only 2 spots available in the duels tomorrow night to see if what other 2 part-time cars will make it into the Daytona 500. Maybe not. Quentin Moore to the top of the board in the number 34. 2/10 faster than Nick Kennedy. Past halfway in this session. And Quentin Moore, he is absolutely flying in that, right now in that 34. And this is about to be a 3-car pack, so I think it might be in this pack of who gets the pole. Well, maybe it might not be packed for long. Well, maybe it will. Once a minute keeps his line in the middle. Keep an eye out on Logan Williams and Clark McKee. Logan Williams gets a faster lap time, but Clark McKee does not. But Steele all by himself in 7th, maybe came for some practice. I don't know. What about this lap? Nick Kennedy to the top of the board now. Quinton Moore in 2nd, and Sebastian Coupon in 3rd. That's by far the biggest pack right now, and pretty much the only real pack out there. So, most likely, 2 of these guys in this pack, either Quinton Moore, Coupon, or Kennedy, will start on the front row for the Daytona 500. Right now, it is the 27 of Nick Kennedy. 3 minutes left. And now it's Quinton Moore up to the top in the number 34. Almost 42 seconds flat for Quinton Moore. And who knows, he might even go faster all over the back bumper of the 41. Nick Kennedy jumps up to the top of the board, and now Coupon is in 2nd. So that actually hurt Quinton Moore the most. Even though he gained time, he lost ground, and now he is in 3rd. McKeon, Williams still trying to get something going, but it's not going to work when it's just a 3-car pack racing like the way that they are. And it might become a 4-car pack, because now they're catching up to Osman Hamid in the 13. Well, maybe it won't. I don't know if he can slide in behind Nick Kennedy. Then he might have a shot. Never mind, Quinton Moore going to back out. So he's essentially taken himself out of the winning for the pole. And now, Coupon jumped up to the top of the board now. So now, Coupon is fastest. Oh jeez, 3 wide. Never mind. And Osman Hamid gonna back out of it. And that might have just wrapped it up. There are no pats left on the racetrack. These guys are going to get 1 or 2 more cracks at it for the pole, but right now it looks like it will be these 2 cars that will start on the front row. And Nick Kennedy, if he keeps this 2nd spot, which looks like he will, then he will be locked into the Daytona 500. And he will not have to worry about the duels. Thirty more seconds again, but I don't think it's gonna matter. So most likely, unless things change, Sebastian Kukulon will start on the pole for the Daytona 500. And there it is. Sebastian Kukulon will start on the pole no matter what for the Daytona 500 this Sunday for Season 3 of the Red Bull Cup Series. Nick Kennedy will start second, and with that, there's 3 spots left to see which part-timers will make it through the duels. So, one duel will have 1 driver make it, and 1 duel will have 2 drivers make it in. So, it's going to be very close. It's going to be very exciting to see if everyone else will start for the Daytona 500, and to see if who else makes it into the Daytona 500. Thank you guys so much for watching here at Daytona for Daytona 500 qualifying. Until tomorrow for the Season 3 Red Bull Cup Series Powerade Duels here at Daytona. I will see you guys then. Bye.